Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Fiasco and welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a few days. I've been sick, I've been busy, I've been out of town and all that, but I'm back now and I wanted to bring something a little bit different to the channel than what you guys have been seeing it recently. This is NR2003, but I decided I wanted to run my own race. I ran this race a few days ago. I believe it was Sunday, the day of the Monster Energy Cup Series Michigan race, and I decided that I wanted to run my own Michigan race and see how it went. We're actually running in the Xfinity cars. These are the 2016 Xfinity cars. My game's absolutely modded in any way possible, so you guys know exactly what's going on. So on this first lap here, I didn't qualify that well. I didn't do any faster on the second lap, so we're just gonna skip right over to the start of the race. We qualified 32nd, but I figured it would make for a more entertaining video overall. Starting in the back like this, might as well make the best of it. So let's get to it. Green flag is in the air. We're starting 32nd in the Xfinity cars, and let's see how we perform. Now, initially what I wanted to do for this video is that I really wanted to do a live commentary. I actually had a live commentary recording for this in Elgato, but for some reason the track that was holding my microphone would just cut out after 30 seconds. So, you know, there goes that idea. So obviously we're going to have to go with the post commentary. And let's see what happens in this race. It's a 40 lap race around Michigan. We have to check up here. The top lane is really slowing down here. Definitely the place to be in Michigan is in that middle lane. If you guys watch the real life race, nobody was trying to hang in the bottom or the top. Everybody's just in the middle. And now it's already getting crazy here. We're running 3 wide. We're in the middle up here. We're in between. I don't even know what cars we're in between. It's so much chaos. But I know the 43 is way up there. The 43 winds up grinding up against the wall. We're trying to hold it, but we wind up getting loose entering turn 1. We hit the 43. The caution is in the air. Personally, I think the cars in this game are even harder to control than the cars in iRacing. Honestly, I have a lot more problems controlling these cars than I do in iRacing. And there's a wreck under caution. No idea what's going on. Cars are stacked up going into turn 1 like it's Talladega. Yeah, cars are everywhere. You're telling me? So on top of the incident we were already involved in lap 2, we have another incident under caution. We're just stopping here, just trying to see if we can actually get through this pack. You see, I get loose in that 2 car, come up and hit the 43 and the 51. Luckily, I didn't get too much damage. Just saying, looking at the throttle, you see, yep, got a little too jumpy on the throttle there. I just needed to work on my throttle control throughout the race, which I did get used to a little more. It's been a minute since I've done a little bit of sim racing, and I don't exactly have the best setup, so it's hard for me to tell just exactly how hard I'm pushing down on the throttle. But I know the more I do it, the more I'll get used to it. Because it's crazy, as like I can tap the throttle extremely lightly, and it'll already be halfway, even though I recalibrate it every single time I do a race here. And you see, I forget that I can't face through cars like I'm in iRacing. I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys want to see iRacing content? Because I've been thinking about getting back into it, but I know it's going to get a little more expensive as I keep moving up the ranks and stuff like that. I need to buy new cars, new tracks, everything like that. There's the new, there's a subscription that I have to pay for every month. I might as well just get the 3-month one if I plan on dedicating to it. But if you guys want to see iRacing content, let me know down below in the comment section. I'll try to do some live commentaries, because when I did a live commentary for this race, I really enjoyed doing it. It's really a shame that I wound up losing the track. I think I like doing that more than post commentaries, so I would like to do a mix of both. And you see, we take a 4 wide here coming out of turn 2 on the back stretch. 35 laps to go, and we're already taking a 4 wide, but I saw those guys were going really slow. I felt like I could clear them going into turn 3, which I did. You see, I'm trying to work the throttle a little more, get used to how the car feels. It's so satisfying. I love driving in this game, man. If you can get a corner just right in this game, it's a feeling absolutely like no other. So, you know, we're getting a run here on the 13 car, 193 miles per hour going into turn 1 here, hanging in that middle lane, playing with the throttle, holding it, coming up on these guys right here. The 52 has a little bit of damage on his rear. And we are moving up, ladies and gentlemen, slicing through this field like it's nobody's business. I believe the AI difficulty I had here was 85. You know, it was hard enough to the point where it would take a lot of effort for me to get to the front. but it would also be difficult for me to actually get to the lead once I managed to get into the top 10. But also I turned up the tire wear, so we would have to pit like every 12 or 14 laps at least for fuel, so you know the tire wear is definitely going to be a factor as the race goes on, and pit strategy is definitely going to play a role. So we're going to skip ahead here to lap 10, coming on lap 11. I'm going to go to the inside of the 92 car. I believe it's going to be taken 3 wide here. 30 laps remaining here in Michigan. And this is when the mayhem starts happening. You see, I'm holding that bottom lane, but I'm getting loose. I wound up shooting up the track a little bit, tapping that 92 car, but no harm, no foul. That's how treacherous it is in Michigan if you're not in the groove. If you hold that bottom lane, you're probably going to get loose. If you go a little up high, you're going to get loose. And you see, we now have 28 coming on 27 laps to go. We are coming to our first cycle of green flag pit stops after we all went into the pit road and for that initial caution. So 25 coming on 24 laps to go here on the front stretch. We're going to make our first green flag pit stop. Let's see if we can get in our pit stall cleanly. Not trying to overshoot it. Perfect entry right here. Probably could have done it a little bit faster, but I'm not used to entering pit road, so I wanted to make sure that I went in there properly. We don't need to repair any more damage. We already did that in our first pit stop when that first caution came out. So our car should be in almost top condition for when we come back out onto the track. Need to make sure we not speed here, because in this game they will get you for speeding like nobody's business. Like, you can be doing 56 for like a second too long and they'll get you for it. So you got to be careful out here. So we're checking the standings here. Bubby Wallace, Daniel Suarez, and Casey Kane round up the top 3 here. I have no idea how many laps are left. We'll be able to check that in a little while. You see we're coming on the inside of Bobby Labonte, I believe that is, in the 18 car. I'm trying to push him up, and we wound up clearing on coming out of turn 4. We want to try to make these passes as we're making the entries into the turns, so we can try to hold dominance in that middle lane. And we're coming up across the line here, 15 laps to go. We're coming up against a pack of cars, and this is when chaos starts to happen, when you come into like packs of cars like this, because you never know when these guys can wreck. By the way, this Michigan track, this is not the default Michigan track. I believe this is the Michigan 17 track. I can probably leave that in the description below. You can download it. I believe it's on MediaFire. And you see, coming out of turn 2, a few seconds ago, we had to lift because I didn't know if we were going to hit that wall or not. So I just wanted to make sure that we survive another lap so we can continue to race here. We're racing these guys pretty cautiously. We don't want to get any damage or anything like that. We're running low on fuel, and with 12 laps to go, 13 coming on 12 laps to go, we're going to make another pit stop. I believe these tanks can only hold 12 laps of gas, so I'm really gambling right here. I tried to stretch my fuel as much as I can so we can try to make this final run without having to pit one more time. And in my mind, I'm thinking, if I can make it on this last tank of fuel, we can win this race, because I believe everybody else already pitted before me, and I don't think they have the fuel to make it to the end. So at this moment, I'm literally praying that it just stays green so I can win this race. It's because I believe everybody that pitted before me will not be able to make it. So we wound up somehow getting 14 laps of fuel out of this. We're literally just running clean laps as much as we can, trying to keep it green, hoping it stays green, seeing if everybody else starts coming to pit road. We have 10 laps to go. We're on the outside of Ty Dillon in the 3 car here, trying to make a clean pass, and he's running us really hard. We get a little loose going into turn 3 right there. I have no idea what happened. I might have been too high on the entry there, and Ty Dillon is going to clear us coming out of turn 4. 8 laps to go here in Michigan. And we see we are coming out of turn 2 right here. We're still in a one-on-one battle with Ty Dillon. We lose a little bit of ground against that guy ahead of us, and we're just trying to run as clean of a race as we can. 4 laps to go, 37 of 40, hoping it stays green, and we see somebody coming out of pit road. I believe that is Bobby Labonte in the 18 car. If not, that is Daniel Suarez. So we know leaders are pitting. We just need it to stay green so we can be able to end. There it goes. Yellow flag is out with 4 laps to go, which means that is going to be the end of the race. And let's see what happened here. Eric Almirola is running literally 40 miles per hour slower than he needs to be in the middle of his turns, still sitting in the groove for some reason. You know he's not out of, he might have been out of fuel, I have no idea, and the 44 winds up rear-ending him, not even being able to avoid him, and that's going to be the end of the race. I sincerely believe that if it would have stayed green flag the whole time, we would have been able to win this race, because I don't think Logano, Gon, or Brandon Jones were going to make it on fuel if it didn't go yellow. But it is what it is. We wound up finishing 4th, which is pretty good considering we started off in 32nd. And here you see at the end, I pay my respects to Joey Logano. Congratulations for winning the race, my boy. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more of these videos, or if you have a suggestion of which race I should do next, be sure to leave that in the comment section below too. I really enjoyed doing this race. Hopefully, maybe I can do some live streams or something like that. Let me know what you want to see, and maybe some iRacing. And I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.
A million times it's probably how much that you heard this. I don't know what else to say. I'd hate to see an early grave. And if you're feeling hopeless and there's more beyond this empty page,